Hi everyone, welcome to Creation Pretty. Today it's time to do some unboxing again. I'm always excited to get these vintage decks. So let's get on with it. Unboxing the vintage decks is always nerve-wracking because you never know what you're gonna get. Is the condition gonna be like promised and what it eventually is. Looking good so far. Wrapped up real nicely. And then some bubble wrap. Okay, at least the box is looking like it's supposed to. Authentic, vintage box as it was in the pictures in eBay. So this is the Morgan press, somewhere around 1970s, but this is not one of the first editions. I can link you a really good video that goes through all these different early versions with the different backings, so you can check it out. I will put a link to that video down below. It was really useful for me when I was on the market looking at this deck. So let's get on with the cards. So there's this little booklets that folds out. This smells like grandma's house. Amazing. I love it when the old decks smell like grandma's house. Not in a bad way, but in a good way. But this little booklet is in perfect condition. Nothing wrong with it. Oh, I've seen this one in someone else's vintage unboxing also. It's this special offer code. And this already has this advertisement on the Psychic Tarot book by Greg Junjulas, I guess. And that tells us that this deck is dated a little later on. It's not a first edition, but I got the Kindle version of this book, even though it's a Rider-Waite-Smith kind of deck, but I wanted to buy this book, and in Kindle it was really affordable. But this also is like never been touched. Whew. And then to the cards. Always exciting. Oh. The King of Pentacles is stuck. Why is he stuck? So on a first glance this deck looks unused. There's no stains, no bend, nothing. But the weird thing is that the edges, they feel like there's some tiny pieces of cardboard on the side, like they were freshly cut. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a weird thing. I don't know what's that supposed to be. There's little like parts of it are a bit yellow, parts of it not. And these are the black backs. And this was one of the reasons why I wanted just this edition of this deck, because I love these backs. And in the new US Games versions they have the white borders, which I don't like. Well, that's why I wanted this. But I don't know. Maybe it's never been handled. Maybe that's why the sides are like that. I don't know. It's really weird. I did order the US Games tin version, so I'm waiting for it to arrive so I can look at, because what people have said about the faces being much clearer in the vintage versions than in the new ones, in the new US Games editions, so that they are a lot clearer in these vintage ones. At least these faces are really nice. But I don't know, this deck, it just feels like it's never been used. I don't remember if because I got it from Germany. I don't know if the text was like in German, and that's why I don't know what's it all about. But it is, this reminds me of the Finnish flag, but its condition is great. Well, the sides are a bit weird, but I don't know what to think of that. And the card is like, it's not pure white, it's a bit like creamy white color. But these colors, I've only seen these in YouTube or in internet with pictures, but these colors are so beautiful when you see them here. The skies, the clouds, they're really nice. And also with this deck, I haven't been watching a lot because I want to keep some images as surprise to me. And I don't know what was the idea behind getting this deck. For some reason I just wanted to have it. I'm really happy I did. I have a soft spot for vintage decks. I don't know why. I've been trying to figure out the taste that I do have with the decks, and for some reason, I seem to connect with vintage. I think here would be also a nice face to check against the tin version, because that has quite a lot of detail in that face, in that King of Cups there. But I'm so surprised. This is even better than I thought it would be. And the cardstock, this is really sturdy cardstock. And if I remember correctly, in that video that I'm linking down below, she said that this version of the early decks does have the sturdiest cardstock, because you have also versions of these with different backings, like solid blue, and then there was like orange with lemniscate in the back, which is probably the first ones. But this is, it's just, I'm kind of speechless here. I didn't think I would like this so much, because it is kind of weird in its Art Nouveau style, like really 70s. So David Palladini created this deck in the 70s, and it is still popular and still used. He passed away, was it last year, I guess? But he also did the new Palladini deck, for example. Oh, but all these cards, they are perfect. Wow. And even I got the King of Pentacles out. He was stuck in the box. But the edges, they are kind of yellow, like old paper sometimes tend to be, but not in each spot. I kind of feel like edging it, but then no, I don't edge my vintage decks. But for some reason, because it's so uneven, but vintage decks should look vintage. But I'm super happy with this condition. I don't know, something in the sides and in the cardboard coming out just feels like it's never been taken out of the box. And even the box is in really nice shape. All the corners are. Okay. And also the under part. Yeah, it definitely smells like grandma's house. Let's go upstairs in my attic, and I'll show you what I do with when I get a used deck or a vintage deck. And even though this feels like it hasn't been used, I still do have an urge to cleanse it. And putting some sage on this, it can make it worse than the grandma smell that it has. It's so funny, this grandma smell. It's not moldy, but it smells like my grandma's house. My grandma passed away in December last year, and this just smells like her house. So, let's cleanse this old lady here. So I don't tend to smudge my new decks when I get them. Some people might do that. I don't have the need for that. But for some reason, when I get a vintage deck, it's just, I don't know, it's kind of my little ritual to give them a bit of sage. So also I promised to Saturnarium that I would try the spread, the deck interview spread that she did in one of her quite new videos that she got from Landon. And I also have a bit of connection with Landon because he got a reading from me in my free readings project. So I said that I would try Landon's deck interview spread with my next deck that comes in. And it ended up to be this vintage Aquarian Tarot. So let's do the deck interview with this one. But let's give it her first shuffle then. Let's give it a gentle riffle. My new cards I always shuffle more harder than I do with these precious vintage ones. But just gently like this. They are not bending anywhere. As you can see, now that I've shuffled, some of the cardboard pieces have dropped and now they are feeling much smoother. But I don't know, could it be like they were freshly cut and then they were left in the box for, I don't know the exact year of this deck, but it's definitely, I don't know, it could be also in the 80s when this version, I have to check it out. I'm not so good. I'll have to check on the YouTube video again. But even if it's from the 80s, it's somewhere around probably closely to 40 years in a box. But let's clean this mess up. And then we are ready for the deck interview by Landon. So here's the spread for the deck interview by Landon. I just took a quick print screen from Saturnarium's video. This is quite similar to my deck interview, but I wanted to try this one for now. Let's start with the first card, and that was, what are you here to teach me? The Eight of Pentacles. Yep, we're gonna work. It's definitely gonna be a deck that I'm studying, and probably this means that she's gonna be my workhorse. But definitely, she's teaching me how to work my way with the tarot. And I'm really happy about this lesson because I'm eager to learn. Then for the second card, how do you see yourself? I kind of had a lady vibe from this, but let's see what she thinks. Nine of Pentacles. Yep. The lady with the beautiful bird there. So she's a confident, skilled, mature, and earthy lady. She's content, and I think she knows her worth. And don't worry, I know your worth too. So, interesting. How do you see me? Oh, Five of Cups. Interesting. So, see me being disappointed, but with what? Hopefully not disappointed with this deck. At least not for now. Or maybe she sees my over emotional and overly dramatic side, because I tend to be kind of like a if something happens, even though it's not a big issue, I tend to react quite strongly in the first spur, like everything is ruined, and then I take a few breaths, calm down for 5 or 10 minutes, and then I realize, okay, I was being childish and stupid. So maybe it's my overly dramatic side that she sees in me. So, how can I best work with you? Oh, what a cute Six of Cups. Well, this is a nostalgic deck. The whole art style is nostalgic, so maybe it's good also for some little shadow work or dealing with, I don't know, past issues, past emotions, memories. well, I have a tendency of thinking back in time, so maybe we're gonna go on some memory lanes together. Then the fifth position, what are your strengths? So let's see what this Nine of Pentacles lady's strengths are. Oh, Seven of Cups. So maybe if I have a difficult choice, she could direct me to the right path, help me to sort my emotions. We are getting a lot of cups here, also some pentacles, and I did shuffle that deck so long, even though it wasn't showing on the video, but I did shuffle it, riffle in hand over hand, so it got a lot of shuffling, even though we do have like 5, 6 and 7 here. Okay, but let's continue. What are your limitations? Ten of Pentacles. So I guess this deck won't be overly comforting and not gonna make me promises that everything's gonna be all right and everything's gonna be all happy and all's gonna be good. Maybe she's an honest one. And then for the seventh card, what is the potential outcome of our time together? The Emperor. Okay. Sure, he's so far away. Yes, so I guess this Emperor here in the final position, I think that she's gonna teach me a lot of good structure in my practice and grow my confidence, and it's gonna be probably quite an analytical journey also, but an empowering journey. So this was my deck interview with the Aquarian Tarot, my brand new vintage deck, and I will link this video for Saturnarium where she used this interview spread by Landon. And I told you that I got the Kindle book for the Psychic Tarot. It's still in 0% because I didn't want to start it before I got the deck. And here's what the Kindle says about this book. That it's illustrated with this Aquarian Tarot deck. Over 100,000 copies sold worldwide. Psychic Tarot has become a classic and a must-read for tarot readers and novices alike. The purpose of this book is to create a bridge between two subjects that are dear to me, psychic development and tarot. This bridge can be crossed from either direction. If you are investigating or working with tarot cards, you can cross comfortably into the realm of psychic development. If you have been interested or involved in psychic development, you will be able to explore the fascinating world of the tarot. As an instructor of personal and psychic development, I have enjoyed introducing people to many benefits of opening up to the existing subject. I believe that everyone has psychic abilities and can develop them easily and safely by using common sense and sincerity. I also believe that the tarot cards can lead the student through soul development in an exciting and practical way. The cards contain the esoteric wisdom which is revealed through pictures and related to everyday experiences. Sincere use of the tarot cards in psychic readings aids both the reader and the seeker to grow and be healed as they work together. I recommend their use for students who are training to be aura readers and healers because the cards can communicate important information about the seeker that the reader may not see by looking directly at a person's energy. I also teach the tarot cards as a meditative tool for receiving spiritual insight and wisdom. I recommend the Aquarian Tarot because I feel that David Palladini was inspired when he created the artwork for this deck. He has blended the ancient symbols with modern symbols, images and colors that speak directly to the spirits heralding the Aquarian age. This particular deck has tremendous emotional impact on the user and seems to awaken the desire to help other souls who are searching for the meaning of life at this time. So actually, now reading about the book section about the Psychic Tarot book is really interesting to think about the deck interview that I just did about the Eight of Pentacles leading up to the Emperor. So I think this is gonna be a really interesting deck and book combination to work with. I'm happy to read something a bit different than just basic standard card meanings, and also have a little different approach than just with my Thoth studies. There's so many layers with all the occult knowledge that is embedded in the Thoth. So I find this bit more psychological approach interesting for now with the Aquarian Tarot. Yeah, so this is the great video that I was talking about at the channel Mindful Tarot, with all the different colored backs there of the Aquarian Tarot. If you're interested about the history of and the different printings about this deck, you should definitely check that out. Good stuff. One thing, because it lists the Psychic Tarot book here, and it wasn't published until 1985. At least that's from Mindful Tarot's video, from these vintage versions. So this deck is a bit younger than me. I'm born in 1982, and the book came out in 1985. So this is from the later half of the 80s. So there was my unboxing of this vintage Aquarian Tarot. But I really like the cardstock, and I love the colors, and I'm so excited to get to work with her a lot, and also to dig deeper in the Craig Junjula's book about Psychic Tarot. So that's all for now today. Thanks for watching, and see you next time again. Bye guys!